Hello and welcome to Today in the News on Vanguard Live. My name is Damlola Ogunshaki, and here on Today in the News we read and give in-depth analysis on some of the stories making waves across Nigeria. This morning I'm starting with Vanguard on the paper review. Vanguard is leading with hashtag End Bad Governance. Lawyers, CSOs kick as hundreds of protesters rot in detention. 2,412 protesters held in 10 states and Abuja. Asks federal government to withdraw charges, unconditionally release protesters. Withdraw charges against protesters. SAN urges federal government. You can see that on page 5 and on page 6. 150 feared dead in Niger boat mishap. 16 bodies recovered. Tinubu up to United Kingdom begins 2 weeks annual leave. Constitutional amendment. Atiku proposes rotational presidency and 5-year single tenure. Others. Ondo Guba youth protest call for redeployment of REC. On sport, page 31, Eguavoin gives a condition to lead Super Eagles full-time. Above the banner on page 9, reps reject CFR, demand GCON honor for speaker. Rivers local government polls, INEC, RSIEC disagree over voters register as Fubara declares today, tomorrow, public holidays. Edo PDP protest governorship election result. You can see that on page 7. Federal government grants tax exemption to oil and gas sector. You can see that on page 22 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now the Punch. Punch is leading with local government autonomy. Governors in fresh move to delay implementation. Local governments plan to get October allocation from federal government accounts as NULGE knows. Others old enforcement. You can see that on page 2. And here we have 3 stories with the riders that says customs intercept 682 million naira cannabis in the car at Tinkan Port. Court here's Barbican FBN 5.4 billion naira shares dispute October 21st. National honors, House not inferior to Senate, reps tell federal government. Federal government stops VAT on diesel and cooking gas. Above the banner, NNPCL Porter shut down delays petrol supply. That's according to marketers. PDP crisis, Oyinlola peace panel begins sitting Monday. That can be seen on page 10. And from there, we'll move to the Guardian. Guardian is leading with Tinubu jet off to United Kingdom amid lobbying for cabinet slots. You can see that on page 6. And there's a cartoon portrayal of the president coming down from his jet in London. On page 3, ICPC recovers over 13 billion naira diverted from government coffers in 1 month. WHT operators hail federal government, seek increase in exemption ceiling due to devaluation. Ondo Gubapo youth storm INEC office, demand redeployment of REC. Confusion over Rivers local government polls as REC denies releasing 2023 voters register to RSIEC. Reps demand GCON for ABBA, says the speaker above CJN. Senate rejects a private investigator bill amid fears. You can see that on news page 4. And lastly, the Nation. Nation is leading with House of Reps, confront Senate Chief Justice over protocol status. VAT on diesel, CNG, cooking gas gone. Edu, small businesses won't pay tax from January 1st. You can see that on page 2. 10 die in Lagos Badagry Road accident, and directly below the banner, we have customs seizes 3 containers of illicit drugs at Lagos port. Above the banner, Nigerian Airlines Emirates close to code share deal. Seats to sell on each other's flight. ICPC recovers 13 billion naira stolen funds in 1 month. 16 confirmed dead, 134 missing in boat capsize. And lastly on the Nation, Oyo to recruit 791 officers in civil service. You can see the stories on pages 9 and 6 of the Nation newspaper. And that's all we have on the front pages of the dailies. Join us after the break as our guest. We've been analyzing some of the stories. Welcome back. If you are just joining me, this is Today in the News on Vanguard Live. My name is Damlola Ogunshaki. Joining me to analyze the stories on the front pages this morning is Mr. Oludari Mayowa, publisher, Global Financial Digest. Good morning, Mr. Mayowa.
Good morning, Damlola.
All right.
Nice to be here too.
Yeah, same here. Let's just talk about the protest and some of the lawyers, CSO, they've kicked out hundreds of protesters are still in detention. According to report, 2,412 protesters are held in 10 states and Abuja. So, and they've asked the federal government to withdraw charges and unconditionally release the protesters. What's your take on this?
Thank you very much. I think what we are witnessing is a form of state suppression of expression of free speech in our country. Protest is guaranteed as long as people are not arrested at crime scene. I'm not sure they have the right to people in them for expressing their grievances against the economic hardship in the country. So I would have advised the government to let them go conditionally, because everyone has the right to protest as long as they are not vandalizing anything, as long as they are not looting anything, as long as they are not committing any crime against the country. They are just expressing their fundamental human rights. So I don't know why government should have to arrest them and still detain them up till now. Once these people are not arrested, crime scene, then they should be let go. That's my own view of that. We must to water this democracy and let it flourish. And that's the beauty of democracy, that we don't have to agree with the government in place. We don't have to agree with the policy of the government. And you have the right to peacefully express your grievances, your disagreement with those policies. And majority of people who are participating in the protest, they have done that. And it's not probably those hoodlums who are jacking and those state sponsor hoodlums who are disrupt the whole thing, except for those people. My own view is that those who are arrested without them being found to have committed any crime, they should be let go unconditionally. That's what I would say.
Well, in the FCT Abuja, no fewer than 1,100 were arrested, but only 10 have been arraigned.
That's violation of the constitutional rights of those people. Because you can't detain people more than 24 hours or more than 14 hours. Instead, we have a court ruling that after specialists allowed them to be detained further than that. Without that, it's a violation of their fundamental human rights.
All right, let's move away from that and talk about the local government autonomy. So ahead of the submission of the report of the 10-member inter-ministerial committee on the implementation of the Supreme Court ruling on the local government areas autonomy next week, the state government, they've begun fresh lobbying against the enforcement of the verdict. What do you think about this local government autonomy, the fact that governments are in fresh move to delay the implementation?
Again, you can see why the governors are desperate to frustrate the implementation of these amendments. The reason being that over the years, since democracy, governors have been forced to hijack the resources that belong to the local government for their own personal selfish interests. Most of those people, most of the funds for local government were being considered as a pocket money for the governors. So you can imagine them now trying to take the money for their mouth. You know, it's like taking the figures for the mouth of the governor. That's why they are trying to frustrate the process. And this, like I said, is a selfish interest of the governor, and it's not going well for democracy. With a decent client, what we are witnessing is that we are seeing the government being very, very efficient in terms of they call it counting in the US, for example. But there are people that are very close to the grassroots. And there's no way government can percolate down the stream unless you allow local government to function properly. That's why you can see inner road being constructed. You can see the public health center, the primary health center being constructed and well managed. The primary schools are managed by local government, and they need to compete to generate enough resources to meet their needs. They can touch the people more than federal government. They can touch the people more than state governments. No, unfortunately, we are not seeing that happen because the governors are selfish. They try to hijack the fund for personal use. That's why you're not seeing any development happen in those places. Because the recruitment in local government who are very porous, instead of the local government chairman recruiting their own staff, the government has hijacked the whole process, imposing staff on them. And that's why you are not seeing any government taking place at that level, level of government. And I think the whole Nigeria should be able to rise up again. I'm not seeing the work of the civil society any longer in this country. What are they doing? They're not really advocating to enforce the fundamental rights of Nigerians where relevant. They have gone to sleep. And these are things we need to be seeing that people need to say, look, enough of the deterrent of these governors. Let local government be.
And talking about reshuffling, amid pressure from ministers to retain their position in the impending cabinet reshuffle and intense lobbying from politicians to join the Federal Executive Council, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday departed Abuja for the United Kingdom to begin a 2-week holiday. What's your take on this?
It's just a political rabbit marrow. That's where I look at it. First of all, they are confirmed that they are going to do reshuffle. Must you make publicity out of people reshuffle your cabinet? I don't think anybody. We just have to. Many people want to know, see the results, the way you have done it. Not that you are announcing it. You're going to do a reshuffle, create panic, create tension in the system, and to worsen it least. The president traveled to this country, and we are told he's going on the working vacation. But you can see all the investigation around the whole place. That more than what they have been told. That's what government is doing, and it speaks to lack of transparency in our governance. As a father of the nation, as the president of the nation, the president has the right to know the state of health of the president. You don't have to depend on speculations. You don't have to look for footages or videos from abroad to know the location of our president. But that would have suggested telling us that he's going to, even assuming that he's going on vacation. Is there no vacation place in Nigeria that president has seen? Have you ever seen an American president coming to Nigeria to spend vacation or go to Egypt or go to UK? It's abomination. It's aberrant to our independence as a nation. Assuming that we won't give in to what we have been told, that indeed the president is going for vacation. Truly travel to this country for vacation. Is there no other places to visit in Nigeria to promote tourism in this country? And is there no place like we could do, for example, our president, the American president go to what they call it, campaign for holiday. It should be a place in Nigeria that our president could go to relax and to wind down. Not that of course, we have seen over the year that the presidents have been hiding under the so-called vacation to go for medical care. And that speaks equally to that the neglect of the local hospital in Nigeria. That means that we are supposed to go to local hospital, and it speaks more to the hypocrisy of this present government. When we are asking Nigerians to tighten their beds, to sacrifice for the economy, they are living in luxury. That part of the luxury go to foreign country to attend to medical or for vacation. So you say, you talk about the hypocrisy. We are saying there's an economic hardship. They say you are doing reform, but you are not reforming your expenditure. They are not spending what they are spending as a government. They are living in luxury while people are living in penury. People are hungry in the country. So it's people that they are not transparent. They are not honest. They are not there for the interest of Nigeria. That's what we are seeing from all their actions. Beyond their utterance. Their actions speak louder than their voice, what they are saying with their mouth. And that's unfortunate, really.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's end this on a lighter note this morning with Mr. and Mrs. And the first person speaking is Mrs. Mrs. says, I didn't call you a monkey. I said I won't tolerate any monkey business from you. And Mr. replied, so why did you serve banana with my food?
Without repetition, without emphasis. The words monument when the maneuvering of the words.
Yes.
The conversation between the couple. They talk of a monkey and banana, that kind of thing. Otherwise people are turned to another tension when they are calling monkey. But because of the understanding their language, their nuances of their language, they are accustomed to it. They keep tension away from their home. And for me, even as a nation, we can benefit from lesson from some of this conversation. If our leader could engage us in such a way, their communication, which have feel the community impact of their communication on the people. You know, when you are not hiding anything, when you are paying, you are doing detention, that would be a protest in Nigeria. But unfortunately, there are people in power who are very arrogant, who are not over the people. So there's no basis for communicating with the people. When you see them as God and Savior, so they are not communicating with us. That's why you see all the dichotomy in the country and the disorderliness and this content all over the place. I will advise, number one, at the government level, that they should engage the people in conversation that is meaningful, that can transmit their intention to the people, so that people will understand and carry along. Same thing in the home, in this relationship too. This kind of conversation will keep the tension down and enable them to understand their goal, where they are going, and will not derail them. We won't see any crisis in such a way where people engage in positive conversation, and you are seeing them play with words, which is leads with humor and wit. So that's my recommendation for everybody. And kudos to people who are behind the cartoon.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayowa, for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me today.
Yeah.
Have a lovely day.
Yes, and you too. And this is what we have to draw the curtain. My name is Damlola Ogunshaki. Do want to like and follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can also visit our website www.vanguardnigeria.com.